For months I've been storing veggies in the back of the kitchen cupboard and completely forgetting what I've got. So I thought it's about time I used some offcuts and built it around some cheap baskets that I found online, so I didn't have to leave the house and buy any more materials. So hang about if you want to see how I did it. So here's both of the 4-litre baskets that I ordered through Tesco, and I wanted to make sure my Z shelf was big enough for both. And this offcut of wood that I found is typically used to make staircases, and I'm now working out the length that I wanted to cut them for each shelf. Bear in mind it's staggered. To save you time working anything out, you can find a free set of plans and a cutting list for everything in my blog post link below. Or you could use this as an idea of how I worked it all out and design it around shoe boxes or any other boxes you might have. But to prevent any toppling in my design, my bottom shelf is longer, then the middle one is slightly shorter, and so on. Of course you could use a handsaw for this, but I used a miter saw because I could also set it later to a 25-degree angle and make a few repeated cuts. If you don't have this, I recommend using a sliding bevel. Once I'd cut my shelves, I then started planning the angle of my sloping support by pushing the top and bottom shelf against a straight edge, roughly spaced where I wanted the shelves to be, and using a random offcut to work out the angle, I positioned it and drew underneath it where the bottom shelf was. Then I could take it to the miter saw, match the angle, and a massive thank you to JSP for the gifted ear defenders, goggles, and updating my very old dust mask. This isn't paid, but you'll find links to everything that I'm using below. The aftermath of a tripod leg, knocking everything down. Then to place them evenly, I marked 3 centimeters from the bottom and also drew either side where that support was for reference points. To screw the supports on, I drew along one of the shelves, top and bottom of the supports, so I knew where I could drill, then created 3 pilot holes either end. Although I do recommend countersinking them right now, but I tried to skip this hoping a high enough torque on my combi drill would bury the screw heads. That wasn't the case. Again, something that I fixed later. Also, because I planned on adding wheels for movement, I added wood glue before screwing the 2 supports. Just in case this is a weird camera angle, I'm also holding another straight edge to prevent the supports from protruding while I screwed it. However, for the sake of continuity, I later changed my mind on the middle shelf's length, as my husband said it looked odd with it not reaching the back of this straight bit too. I made some centre point pencil lines on the back of the supports, so when I lined up the shelf with those marks, I didn't bother gluing this one, which was just as well because I decided to replace it with a longer length, but this time screwed with an impact driver. And wiped away any glue drips in case it interfered with any paintwork that I did. Now let's fast forward to where I've countersunk all the screws so I can fill them in a minute. And one of my favourite tools, as some of you may know, is my palm router, and I've removed all of the sharp edges with a 45-degree chamfer router bit. I just think it gives a more professional finished look. If you don't have one of these, of course you could use a sanding block. Finally, that middle shelf goes back, and I wasn't sure what finish to give it, as always, so I decided to fill the screw holes and any knots with a quick set natural wood filler. Then came back 30 minutes later to sand it again. But as this was still in a lockdown, I didn't want to make any unnecessary trips for paint and stuff, so I used what I had, and that's some 2013 Annie Sloan dark furniture wax for a quick farmhouse look, applying with a lint-free cloth. In other words, my husband's old cotton shorts. If you do want more control over an aged look, then I recommend clear waxing it first, and after applying your dark wax, you can buff it again with more clear wax to remove any of the darkness. This should cure within about 30 days, but I'm far too impatient for that. And to give it more mobility, I found some dirt cheap caster wheels through Amazon to screw at the bottom. I set these back slightly with a combination square so they'd be more discreet. And all I spent was £6.47 and was able to clear out some of my offcuts. But the question is, what would you use it for? I already know it fits perfectly as a bathroom caddy, hands as dog toys, veg, and I suppose whatever you want. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.